This is meant for people that understand the language of music. This is not, I repeat, this is not for the shackled brain. Not to sell or be sold, just enjoyed. You get an audio money when you fuck with Mr.
Peace, peace, peace. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're listening to and you're in tune with Black Intelligent Minds United Radio. I'm your host, Life of Law.
And it's the God Jerule right here.
I got my brother. So what's been going on, my man? What's been happening? It's been a minute since last time we saw each other. What's happening?
Man. You know, just been running, doing a lot more video work.
Black History Month, you know what I mean? Got a lot going on.
Jay Dilla month, you know what I mean?
Jay Dilla is
Rest in peace.
You know what I mean? All praises due to his excellence and his works, and everybody's still paying homage. That's a beautiful thing. What else has been happening?
Man, not a whole lot. Just working, getting ready for this trip, you know what I mean?
All right, where you going?
Tokyo.
Oh, you getting ready to go out there and sip on suds. Don't be like Tyson. Go out there and get drunk and get knocked out.
Nah,
you know what I mean? I want you to be all right.
I ain't gonna get caught out there.
All right,
like that,
I'm just saying, Mikey thought he was on his game and got knocked out by that buster. So I don't want you to go out there like that. You know what I mean? Make sure you get your, your karate ninja shit ready. You know what I mean? All right, good. All right. Listen, everybody, first of all, we want to thank you for tuning in. As you know, Black Intelligent Minds United Radio, we do this every first and third Sundays. Try to bring you the best in new music with independent artists in mind, and also those behind the scenes that you may not even understand what is truly going on. We want to bring that to the forefront. So as we always do, we always start off with today's mathematics. Today's mathematics is knowledge, build a story, or being born to born. We know knowledge is to know, look, listen, and learn, but it's also the foundation of all things. Builds mean to add on. Destroy mean to take away, especially in this day and time where you got to take away a lot of the negativity and stay focused and positive. Then you renew your mind and born a new reality. You know what I mean? Mind to tech mind. So, Jerule, and I say Jerule, right?
You changed the name.
Yeah, we're going to change your name on you. You know what I mean? A lot of names been changing, lately, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we had a brother named Prophet, and now we got another brother named Musa. I'm waiting for Jesus and anybody else who want to share. Yeah, Jesus going to come up on the next show. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of conscious thing going on, and without further ado, we'll go ahead and introduce our two songs, and we're going to come back with our guest, a special guest, and I'm of course have you do. So you want to go ahead and do the introduction of the two songs?
Yeah, we got the first joint coming by Cassius King,
right out of L.A. Out of L.A. Okay. And you'll hear it when we listen to it.
The joint is called Black Fountains of Youth. And of course, my
favorite, the BIMU favorite, the God Fahim. The God's got to get it in the building. You already know what it is. We got to bring it to you. You know what I mean?
It's called Jokers and Goofies. And that's produced by Lil Warden.
All right. BIMU, y'all, we back here. Tune in, stay
Yo, it's be that Hoover mover, Don move, rolling rap, you know what I mean? Real West Side shit. Yo, check it. John Barnes Gotti raps. Al Capone poems, I compose John Gotti raps. Muhammad Gandhi raps. I don't smoke joints, smoke murder, Inc. Ashanti raps. Smoke Mandela, Malcolm and Martin on them commie raps. I mean socialism for plutocrats with fascist morals. You know the Christian faith, Buddhist braids, Baptist curls. I got the Hindu raps, egg rolls on the menu raps. I got Zionize, the whitest earths, the blackest worlds. I got Slater bar raps. I got KRS, Rakim, and K. Lamar raps. I got Barely There, Hardly Sober, Made It Far raps. I got cyanide, poison pills made of SARS raps. I got cancer raps. I got Huey New for Black Panther raps. And my kids gon' sit on Black Santa's lap. I got abandoned rap for black folks who turn abandoned shacks into crack houses, Marvin Gaye raps. Blue Hills, you know the black fountains of youth. Blue Hills, black fountains of youth. Black fist of power in the last hours of truth. Black flowers of wisdom in the red eyes to proof. We been smoking Buddha, smoking garlic, Cuban Snoop. We been on that Public Enemy and Jerule. We been on that alcoholic tip 100 proof. Blue Hills are the pills in the black fountains of youth. Green valleys are dank and the cypher spitting flames on them. All black Obama rap, head rap, Osama rap. Left hook you with the pressure cooker off the bomber rap. We doing some foul shit, so don't tell your mama rap. Scuffle with the bailiff, throw the gaffle at your honor rap. Head rap, seek rap, Saudi chic rap. 50 damn stars came from that show, Freaks and Geeks rap. Tooth under your pillow rap, demon under your sheets rap. I got the kind of raps, turn your tongues and your teeth black. Smack you in the head rap, Liberation Army candy paint on the red lack. Shoot you in the head rap, oops, I just said that. That all in bed rap, that pigs coming through, putting injunctions on the set rap. Black rap and light red, I bled rap for my veins, so my brain's all lyricists. This ill bring the dead back. Mick Jagger rap, Mike Jagger rap, Mike Jackson rap, Michael B. Jordan, human torching on that platinum plaques of youth. Blue heels, black fountains of youth. Black fist of power in the last hours of truth. Black flowers of wisdom in the red eyes to proof. We've been smoking Buddha, smoking garlic, Cuban Snoop. We've been on that Public Enemy and JAYLON. We've been on that alcoholic tip 100 proof. Blue hills of the pills and the black fountains of youth. Green valleys of dank and the cypher spitting flames on the Will Smith rap. Martin Lawrence rap, Reginald Denny stomped in front of his truck on Florence rap. I got the Martin Luther King rap, the bully not the man god. I got the kind of puns, I'll run the dog in the Sandlot rap. Fault in the stars rap, real bars rap. Fatter than Kelly Clark, I got the Spark Seal Scars rap. Illest since the start rap, slap you in your face for you start rap. I got the beam me up for the Star Trek rap. I got the Buddha lovers rap, a shooter sucker rap. I call you niggas whack as fucking fat cause you suck at rap. I got the porn star rap, born star rap. I got American made, Japanese and foreign car rap. Floating on the stars rap, smoking on some potent, smoking potent and cigar rap. Eyes redder than Mars rap, I got the real hard rap. Where your scars at? I got the new progressive Bill Morris, a rap for the black fountains of youth. Blue heels, black fountains of youth. Black fist of power in the last hours of truth. Black flowers of wisdom in the red eyes to proof. We've been smoking Buddha, smoking garlic, Cuban Snoop. We've been on that Public Enemy and JAYLON. We've been on that alcohol and tip 100 proof. Blue hills of the pills and the black fountains of youth. Green valleys of dank and the cypher spitting flames on them fools.
How nice you come in. In a little while, you will no longer be Spider-Man.
Dope legend, motherfucker. Remember that shit? Check it. I live my life in solitude. Hostile motives of kings. I seen from a lot of dudes. Pay dues. Kick my feet up with the suede shoes. Smack you into the cave of your coupe. Jacob and Co. Diamond watch like a flake of the snow. You can tell I'm all about the dough. Might cop the Versace dinner plate like I was Ghost. Blaze you in the face, then turn you to burnt toast. Coast to coast, my income gross. No Thanksgiving when I let the pot roast. Despite blue bread bottoms had to cop those. As I light up, my niggas toting fully AKs like Al-Qaeda. The tool for all of this chaos and pariahs. I write lines of crossfire, burning mics like the rubber on tires. The lyrical Michael Myers. Me and my crew waiting for MCs to try us. Nigga, you can't buy us. You can't keep up, your flow lazy. So many rhymes in my head, I'm going crazy. 380 rock your ass to sleep like a baby. Shoot your mistress up and your main lady. Pay me, spit like I got the mad rabies. Disrespecting, I'm sending your ass to Grady. You cooked it with swine, that's not gravy. Thinking that I'm iller than you, that's no maybe. I can't stand when niggas act like they iller than me. How? When niggas know that you be rapping for free. Blow. You ain't really about that action I see. If you looking for the best, then you looking for me. I can't stand when niggas act like they iller than me. How? Cause niggas know that you be rapping for free. Blow. You ain't really about that action I see. If you looking for the best, then you looking for me.
Oh God.
Yeah, we back. BIMU's in the building. Heard from my man Cassius King. Right out of L.A., too. That was a real hot joint. Black Fountains of Youth, courtesy of Black History Month. And then, of course, the God Fahim, Peace of the Gods and Earths. So, yeah, man, we want to get right to the news, man. So we're going to start with the Black Panther movie. Listen, you got to go out and support that movie. That movie is a real serious movie. It says a lot to our young people. Yeah. It brings them full circle to who and what we truly are as a people. You know what I mean? And the reviews is just going bananas. I won't even talk about it. You just got to go see it for yourself.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I ain't going to spoil you, God. I ain't going to spoil you. So it's All-Star Weekend, NBA. Yeah. Wow, and everybody's out here going crazy in L.A. right now. Last night I was at the Jamie Foxx spot.
And how was that?
Man, Jamie's off the... Yo, Jamie's off the meat rack, yo.
He's off the meat rack?
Off the meat rack, man.
Is there anything that you can...
I mean, like I said, those that know Jamie know that, you know, he a real dude. He gets it in. But last night was just bananas. Last night. And not that he did anything wrong.
Right.
And then you got your boy Floyd, you know, coming in on, you know, I guess knocking folks with elbows, parting the sea. I don't know what he was doing, but I guess he had to make a grand entrance. You know what I mean? But anyway, it was hot last night. Jack Daniels sponsored it out there at the Jeremy Hotel. It was just really great. Phenomenal. Met a lot of my old friends in the music game. And it was just real good, man. So a lot of good things is happening. What else is in the news? What else? There was something else I had for the news. Right now, it doesn't even get to me. But you know what?
Yeah, he had a little bit too much fun last night.
Yeah, last night, I'm going to be honest, man. Last night, I just had a great time. I haven't been out in a long time. I got my brothers in here from my hood back in Queens, North Side, 113th Performance. They out here with us, man. We just had a good time last night. But anyway, this is not about me. This is not about anybody. This is about our artists, our special guests. We want to bring them in, and I'm going to have my man, Jerule, introduce them.
Yes, it's a pleasure. You know what I mean? So I'll give a little brief history of how I actually met the brothers. So, I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
And there's so much bullshit on Instagram. Pardon my French.
Instagram, hence the word.
Right, exactly. So...
Like instant grits, you know what I mean?
Right.
Everything's so fast.
Right.
But shit,
exactly.
You can't eat it.
Right,
you know
right. It's not, there's no nutritional
There's
value.
nothing in there.
Right,
you know what I mean? Nothing in there.
So, you go through artist after artist.
Yeah,
check out my music.
Yeah.
So
my shit is hot.
You listen, this shit is whack. So, in his case, it wasn't even that. It was, we connected on just a different type of post.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just clicked on his profile, and then there was a link to his music.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know what I mean? I listened to it. I was like, okay, you know what I mean?
So that's something connected to you, frequency, energy,
vibration.
Exactly. That's our motto. If you ain't
Right.
got that, if we don't connect on that level, your song ain't coming on.
Right.
Simple
you know
as
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
So it hit me right away. And then I hit him up. I was like, man, send me your 3 best songs.
Yeah, he did that.
I would like to get you on the show. He did it right away. He was punctual.
Yeah. He was enthusiastic.
And, he kept his word. And you know what I mean? So
his word was bond.
Regardless
okay.
of what. So, boom, and then you know what I mean. Without I don't want to get too long winded, but without further ado, we got the man, the myth,
not the legend yet. He working on it.
The legend in training,
in the making.
you know what I mean.
We working.
You got a heavy name to carry to reach that level.
We'll talk about that name, fam. You about to get the heat rounds on your head. I hope you're ready for that.
I'm good with that. With
So who's my man? What's my man's name?
We got JAYLON MUSA in the building.
Yeah. Peace to the God.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Welcome to BIMU Radio, man. So what brings you here, JAYLON MUSA? Let's talk about it. We're going to get knee deep now.
Let's do it.
So what's up, man? What's happening with you, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm from a city by the name of Lake Charles, Louisiana.
All right.
A
lot of gumbo out there, I heard.
A lot of gumbo, a lot of crawfish, a lot of soul food
happening. You know what I mean? Head shrinking and type shit right there.
Definitely, definitely when you go towards the New Orleans route, it gets a little more voodoo-ish.
Yeah, that magic shit,
you don't see too much in Lake Charles.
Mary LeBeau, I know about it.
Yeah, they got a couple.
Did my homework on you.
They got a couple of areas down there you can get your voodoo. Definitely.
All right.
But yeah, definitely. I started out trying to be an athlete.
Okay.
I had my aspirations at first was to go to the NFL. Tried to go to college. Made it on the team. Didn't really work out.
Okay.
Eventually, I knew I had to find something else. Mm-hmm. Found music. Started working on it, and eventually, now we here. Pack my stuff up and skip town.
Let's slow that down a bit. So let's go back. Okay, you're an athlete. You're doing your thing on the field. At what point did you realize that football wasn't going to be your thing?
What happened was there was a situation where I wasn't supposed to be practicing, and something happened where I had to step off the field. And the coaches, they wasn't really putting that energy towards trying to get me back on the field. And the politics, I feel like, ate me alive. And eventually, I just bowed out.
Okay.
And when you set as a kid to do something your whole life, when you get out of college, when you thinking that you was going to NFL, college is like pointless. It's like I didn't even come here for school in my mind.
Right.
I came here for NFL. So now I'm in college just switching my major like the day. And eventually, I stepped out of college. I got like a year left for business administration, but eventually, I just stepped out of college and I found music, and now I'm here.
So, in that process of you stepping away from football and stepping into music, I'm sure it was stressful because you didn't really know what your next step in life was going to be. Can you speak a little bit about like what that transition was in between influx?
Definitely was a very difficult situation. I found myself being empty spiritually.
Had to fill a void then.
It was a void, and the thing about it, I didn't have the weapon spiritually to fill the void.
You wasn't wearing the armor of God.
Not at all. I felt like I knew God, but to feel God is different. So
you knew God, but to feel God is different. You know, you're talking to the gods right now. Right?
I got you.
So you know we about to get in. We about to get in you on that last statement, right?
I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
We about to get on you now.
I'm cool with that.
You know what I mean?
I'm cool with that. But definitely, it came down to what do I want to do and what do I need to do. And I felt like I was in a sense of confusion. And I eventually spent years and years and years just going through the motions. And I picked up music, just playing with it. And somebody gave me the spark to say, yo, you kind of good at this. So it kind of like, all right, let me try to check this out. So I spent years not letting people know for the most part that I did music. And I did it for years and years, and then eventually I took a step out. So pretty much my story is kind of parallel when the story of Jesus going to Egypt for all of those years and then coming out.
To went in the desert.
Right. So that's pretty much what
study for a while.
Right. So I went in the dungeon, studied
your craft.
The history.
You know, Prophet said he did the same thing.
Yeah,
he went back to school to study to make sure that he was able to understand the game, and then
most definitely.
Wow, that's deep.
Definitely.
So who are some of the artists you studied, or what did you study?
Studied definitely the Nas's, the Jay-Z's.
These are what the individuals that inspire you. To
Right.
Do what you're doing now.
Right. Those are the ones that inspire me. Scarface's, older Lil Wayne's, and what I did was when I first started, I couldn't realize how they were doing what they were doing with words. So I knew that, okay, I can listen to it and I'm rapping with it, but how are they doing it so eloquently? And I spent years studying the craft without the music. And then I studied it with the music. So what I did was every concept, when it came to that type of concept, I exhausted every concept to its lowest decimal. So I built it from ground up. So now I have a foundation of what to do no matter what. Even if I'm feeling discouraged, I have that foundation because
so you have a lot of
exhausted
valuable jewels now that you can feed off of it, and then that would now inspire you to create the album, the EP called
The Birth.
The Birth.
Yes.
Now speaking about The Birth, you know your name means a lot, brother. You know, Musa is translated to Moses. And we know the story of Moses. He started as an Egyptian king, found out who he really was, a Hebrew, and then parted the sea. Is that what you're trying to do in the independent world? You trying to part the sea?
Definitely trying to part the sea.
And how you trying to do that?
Definitely trying to just put light on the children and also on the grown-ups, just to show that, not trying to be a role model, but also showing that you can shed light and being smart as gangster, being knowledgeable as gangster.
So you don't got to be dumb to be a gangster.
Nah, not at all.
Conscious.
Dressing nice is gangster, looking fly is gangster. You don't like, but as far as not like flashiness, like you don't have to look so rugged and look like you want to kill somebody to be gangster. See, I feel like a lot of people, they take gangster and they use it for the negative. But gangsters being knowledgeable, gangsters a lot of things. Taking care of your family is gangster.
Like President Obama was a gangster.
He was gangster.
Right? Denzel Washington, gangster. We're not talking about American. We're talking about black gangster.
Right.
I want to make sure we understand each other here, right? All right. So listen, man, we only got 1 hour in the show. We're trying to get management to give us an extension because we got a lot to say and we got a lot to share. Hopefully, we'll get it in. That's a hint for those that's listening. Right? Right, but at the same time, we want to get into your music, man, because like I said, we want to get more into who you are and what you are and why you are. But I want to get into this first track. So we're going to play some music right now. The first track here is Lake Charles Made.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, this is my track called Lake Charles Made, which is the city that I'm from. Definitely want the flag out on this one, and let people know where I'm from.
All right, and then we're going to play 2 songs after that, and we're going to come right back to you. BIMU Radio, y'all, JAYLON MUSA. Check them out.
cherish. JAYLON MUSA, so many can see. I'm a god amongst many a kings. I'm in a cloak like the Pope, feeling holy. Rappers claiming king, somebody gon' have to show me. There's never been a thing, I'm letting off like I'm Kobe for this. Was born with a gift, I'm here to assert my presence. I'm on with a pen prepared to disperse my weapon. Subliminal diss in all of your record. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so it's only right I address it. Playing on my words, you didn't think I detect it. We laughing at your effort, you make it hard to respect you at all. I'm whipping shit like a chef, I work with the wrist. Your appetite for destruction, I can serve you a dish. You touch the swords with a pharaoh and fat. For niggas questioning my thunder, gon' make me go hoodie mellow and black out like it's 77 New York style. Your whole crew can get barred down, it's on now, nigga. I'm late Charles made, I'm late Charles made. I'm a product of Louisiana, with an accent so heavy it's all in sync with the grammar. Where the people go to church and they leave the beat with the gamblers. With a car's 500, the rims will be like a granite. Don't make a bit of sense, but you gotta love it. Hell with the budget, we'll blow the check, this is style in public. We rock the bottom and top grill with the diamonds flooded. Put all my eggs in a basket with rap, I'm destined to hatch. I'm selling this crack without a hit fan. Been hell in these tracks to get a fix, damn. I'm a Hamadai, the underground. Throne is for the taking. I do this here to get my name thrown in with the greatest. I'm feeling caskets on the way up, I'm seizing the moment. I'm tired of saying I got next, ain't no need to prolong it. I want it now, I ain't got no time to be humble. The second I take a break, to be blueprinting my stumble. Survival of the fittest, I treat this shit like a jungle. Hella focus and scared of no one, just so you know this. We ain't coming to take what you giving, we taking over, nigga. I'm late Charles made, I'm late Charles made. I told Jermaine, let's just drop the tape and bask in the glow. I'm cracking the code, clearly I done mastered the flow. I'm shacking the post, rappers better packing it close. Y'all can't kill me, I rise like Lazarus' soul. Hallelujah to MUSA as I give you the gospel. 6 to 10 in the yo, had to stay for the double. Louisiana to Cali, both states I can juggle.
Welcome to the island. We don't have umbrellas out here. Better get yourself a palm tree. 85 and sunny, cloud in the sky. Some kind of breezy, not cloud in the sky. Palms in the wind, sand in my eyes. We rubbing Tahitian vanilla lotion on my thighs. Don't forget the sunscreen, you need that. Don't forget the camera, you need that. Baby, take a picture, look at that away. About to get it popping, click, click, bang, bang. Electric yellow rays are oh so lovely. And it's cool. Forever in our minds we'll have this memory. Don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you feel that we wanna fall in love? Just in you. So it's made. Hey, the most of this time, celebrate this moment. Buggy, night is the shade. Full moon tonight, it's time to hit the straights. Jack and Jay-Z, and we switching 4 lanes. In the car screaming out that money ain't a thing. And baby, no it ain't, cause we young and reckless. You don't wanna test us, don't wanna test us. Be popping trunks and things, in the streets like click, click, bang, bang. Stars came out tonight just for you and me. And it's cool. Forever in our minds we'll have this memory. Don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you feel
Peter, Peter Parker, no Stevie Wonder. While many just painting sick seasons, leaving with leaving. I'ma be gone, so I'ma be gone, be gone.
I know it's harder when out that you seeking. No bother to pop up the window, you stalking. Gazing deeper, Peter Parker. No Stevie Wonder, what many do as pleader for me to see just to leave and leave, So I'ma be God, no need ya. Just believe in the soul power says from my people. Yeah, we peace on. I'll dap them up, peace on. Eating the reef of dead people, we need to step out for a future offspring. So I sing, ding a big, to share my wisdom. For eons, me and my brothers who jazz like the best of cats. Bobbing the clean arms. So easy to describe it's what my Bible see. This high, this higher than your seas climate. Your highness, she blind and I'm missed on college. So excuse my vocab. So black. And I don't ask me where my fucking future at. You ask too many questions. You ask too many questions. You ask too many questions. You ask, said you ask. You ask too many questions. You ask too many questions. You ask too many questions. You ask, no, I said, better don't be bugging me. Many wanna see me lifting shit. It took a millennium and peeps to count to build the pyramids. Guess it describes why I don't feel like lifting bricks. Unless we better for green, paper, press, a waste of your spits or your nonsense. On super the soul supreme and elements like your harness, your heart. Remember this, whites and blacks, so what's the difference is? Great zone, play cold, they get them knowledge for better hope. Hopefully I see a lot or the devil, whatever. Sin they got in store for me. Spinning a roast, those questions I see go endlessly.
Yeah, we back, y'all. BIMU Radio with JAYLON MUSA. You know, his Lake Charles May cut was pretty dope, man. You know what I mean? We appreciate you allowing us to play that music, man. So let's talk about Lake Charles May. Let's talk a little bit more about you before we get back to your music and back on this. It's a pretty deep interview. Jerule?
Yeah, you know me.
I hope you catch that. Jerule? Well, make sure you're on point. Make sure you woke. You woke?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Right. All right, so boom. Lake Charles, right? Lake Charles made. Your music definitely has a real message to it. You could tell that there's a lot of, I hear a lot of elements from greats in your music, but I guess my main question is, where does it almost feels like you're taking responsibility as an artist. So where does that motivation come from?
I'll say, first and foremost, I take responsibility as a man. Mm-hmm. And I think coming up being a very popular student due to being in sports, always had to take responsibility for certain things, whether we lost, whether we won. Having little brothers taking responsibility for your actions. Coming up under parents that were Christian, thinking as a child, like, take responsibility because you also have a family, so watch what you do out here because you have a name to protect. So a lot of my mentality comes from being kind of in a spot. I've kind of been in a spotlight, whether it was football, singing in the choir. I was one of the ones who sung the most. I was always the one who stepped up first, whether it was anything. Who's going first? I would step up first, no more than second. So I think that might have been an unconscious pressure that I placed on myself, and then it kind of makes it like you might as well just have this in your whole life. So I think that it's just an unconscious thing.
You know what's interesting about that? Anytime you take on a name, I know we the gods. When you take on a name, you gotta live that name out, right? That's just one of the things when you choose a name for yourself. Right. You chose MUSA. Why?
Definitely. One of them, and I'll continue to go piggyback off of that, was Mansa Musa.
Right, the richest king, black man in the world, ever.
Right.
Never be another one.
Never. I don't even think it's possible to be that rich today, but
we're not even talking about Bill Gates money or Warren Buffett money. We're talking about
Trump and all that.
A black man,
right? A black man, and I switched my name so many times, and I woke up one day and I said, I want my ancestors to live through me. I said, I feel like there's not enough of that. I feel like it's cool to have your name, but I was like, I'm not here just because of my name.
You was here before.
I'm standing on shoulders.
Sacred ground.
I'm standing on shoulders, but I want to be asked these questions so I can show these children, so I can show these people that are not knowledgeable, because they have people that are you guys' age that don't even have this knowledge from where I'm from. So what that does is that molds my mind to, okay, let me bring that to the forefront. Then Mansa Musa, step to the front of the line. I'm going to bring that back up. And you ask me who is this, and now people can hear that and they can get that.
So describe your music and what makes you special and or different. You know, we have a lot of allegedly conscious-minded artists and or respectful and reputable artists. But then they get caught up in the world of music and they forget what they came here for. So what makes you and what makes your music stand out? Matter of fact, describe your music and what makes it so different than what's already out there, the Kendrick Lamars and all this other stuff that's happening.
I think to describe my music it's a very difficult concept because sometimes it's difficult for me to describe myself. One day I can be happy, the next second I can be sad. And I can
dealing with emotions.
Right.
He emotions.
Right. And I can acknowledge those two emotions in the same breath. So what my music means to me today, I would like to say is on a good note. I like to focus on, it's not really music for me, it's rhythmic. It's a frequency. It's a frequency. So talking about music is cool, but the only reason I feel like I'm here from a talent standpoint is because I understood rhythm. And you don't even have to listen to music to understand rhythm. Right.
Well, I think all melanated people, original people, come with that from a genetic point of view where we tune in. As we say, one of the biggest things about BIMU is when we say we deal with energy, frequency, and vibration. Right? That's that's just how we do what we do.
Right.
So when you talk about the frequency or you talk about the inner essence of how you're producing your music, it just comes out freely. It's not forced. It's not a gimmick is what I'm saying. Right. And no disrespect to the artists that's out there, the Cardi B's and all that. I understand it's a money-making game. You got to do what makes money. But music has always been a medium of messaging, sending messages through sound first. And then, of course, now we want to listen to what you're saying. So I'm just glad you're here, man, because I do think there's a renewal of conscious music coming back, but not in the way of a Public Enemy type, but in the way that we're hiding in plain sight. But for those that are in tune, they're tuning in. Right. So I want to tune into this next cut, because remember, we're dealing with time. I want to move right into your song called Forget About You. Yes. Can you talk about that?
Definitely one of probably my favorite track on the album. Definitely a difficult song to write. The 3 verses they're so up and down. From my brother being incarcerated at that time to my grandmother passing.
My condolences to you and your family.
Right, and that she's been passed away. But to talk to her in that manner, the concept of it was letting her know that even though I grew up Christian, that's not my path. A lot of my family didn't know that I wasn't Christian. So that was the introduction, and my grandma was the pioneer of the family. So I skipped past the physical and talked to the spiritual for the message to get to the physical. So you
mentioned Christianity, and we're going to go right into your song after this.
Okay.
Christian means anointed one or conscious one.
Right.
So speaking about that, we're going to go right into his song, Forget About You. Not that we're going to forget about you out there, those that are listening. And then we're going to come back, and after we come back to him, we're going to go into a freestyle live with JAYLON MUSA. Check him out. Forget About You. BIMU Radio, y'all.
Come at the king, you best not miss.
My brother incarcerated again. Put his chips in the streets, but he didn't win. Face of time, I can only imagine your state of mind. How many times you gon' be in the wrong place and time? You know I'm here for you, nigga. Not try and judge you. Selfishly relating my feelings because I love you. And though we got 2 different mothers, I never cared. This here is real, ain't no half brothers over here. You grew up without our dad, which made it hard to maintain. As a kid, I would see myself as partially to blame. The more time with my family, many spend less with yours. No fatherly presence is clear that it put you against the odds. On another note, we need to be closer. As we getting older, not many memories between both us. Now you in a cage. I've been thinking about you like every day. It hurt my heart that I had to put this verse on the page, saying I ain't forget about you. I ain't forget about you. How could I forget about you? You'll be always with me wherever I be. No matter how far I go, I won't forget about you. This next verse is for all my black mothers. I feel we lost a sense of sight of the plight of your struggle. Y'all wonder attack. Society neglect you in fact, but defining beauty by the color, and that color not black to them. But don't go and light your skin for Hollywood. Don't go and straighten your hair for Hollywood. I know they do it to despise you. Look at all of these women and other cultures pursuing to look just like you. See, you the sauce. You gave birth to us all. See, you the one that we refer to as God. It hurts when I find you feel undervalued. It hurts when you say an African man want a white girl and rather renounce you. We got there from slavery to value master's prize. You see our vision's impaired, we seeing through master's eyes. I apologize, wouldn't be here without you. I shed light on you all, I ain't forget about you. I ain't forget about you. I ain't forget about you. How could I forget about you? You'll be always with me, wherever I be. No matter how far I go, I won't forget about you. Pour out some liquors for family you lost. Grandmother Mary, I miss you, wish I can kiss you. In fact, I'm knowing you hurt to see family not as close as we was. Hard to explain, but we more content with holding a grudge. You told us to stick together. Any storm we could weather, long as we strong and keep our bond with each other. Wish you could see the man I've become, I'm the same, but I'm different. No longer locked in religion, I don't subscribe to a Christian. I'm pretty confident that's not what you vision. To make you feel better, I'm not a religion, but still believe in God. Just trying to be divine. Defeat the odds of an African in the land where the man wanna put me in bars. You know I had to move away from the nest. Was clipping my wings and my dreams. Every day I was stressed and thought about you daily. Your compassion is what I miss about you. No matter how far I go, I'll never forget about you. I ain't forget about you. I ain't forget about you.
Yeah, we back with JAYLON MUSA. Yo, that was Forget About You. Yo, I'm really feeling that track, family.
Appreciate
That's
it, man.
a real
Appreciate
dope
it,
song. I feel for you to be a new artist, man. You know, and with your study, man, you a different type. I've seen many artists come and go, and I've seen many artists surface. But this is something unique and different, man. And I'm really telling you that because, again, I'm very hard on artists, man. But you got something. We got something there.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. So the inspiration behind this song, Forget About You, your brother was incarcerated. You know, talk about that a little bit. Because what we want to do here now, as soon as you finish talking about it, we're going to throw this track on called Inner Peace. It's a 2-minute instrumental. Okay. And we actually want to hear JAYLON MUSA spit off the top of your head.
All right.
Right? As soon as you know, so talk about this Forget About You a little bit, and then we're going to go right into the Inner Peace track.
Okay, yeah. So pretty much, my brother, he became incarcerated probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And pretty much that was me just putting my emotions on the line, being vulnerable, trying to bring that through for the listener because it's not just about me. I think that a lot of people lose their brothers. A lot of people lose a lot of people. No matter what fashion, shape, or form, though. You don't just have to lose them to prison. You could lose them literally to death or however. So I wrote that with that in mind. I don't just write it blindly. A lot of things are blueprinted. And then I try to articulate that message properly. And then you have that. And then I went to the Black mothers. Of course, that struggle, I think that it's underestimated, actually. I think
kind of like a Dear Mama thing from Tupac.
Right. But I think that we say it, but I think that us as men, Black men, they do it to us so hard that we forget that they do it to our women too. It's just in different ways. And it's not as physical. It doesn't have to be as physical.
Right. Wow. Wow. Yes. Wow. That's heavy.
So when you construct, these types of things, how much out of your, I guess, motivation can you tap back to your time as an athlete? In terms of just the work ethic and the science of putting in the time and realizing if you put in the time, you're going to get back a certain level of result.
That's a great question. I actually appreciate the question. Yeah. This is what's weird about it. Actually, when I was an athlete, I didn't work hard as I should have. It was raw. It was raw talent that got me where I was. So going into hip hop, I wasn't allowed to be lazy like that because I didn't have raw talent. So it was a complete switch. So literally the mentality and the person I was literally turned tables because who I was as an athlete, I couldn't be it as a hip hop artist because I didn't have natural talent. So I self-built myself up. So I had to literally cut the vein and bleed out all of that laziness out of my arm, and then put the IV in,
procrastination, and all that.
Exactly, and then put the IV in the other arm and build myself up for this other art form.
Wow, man, that's heavy. That's a heavy science. So, in terms of the your music and where you are now and the birth, why did you name the EP The Birth? I mean, and logically, I can understand why, just based upon how you build and how you manifest what you do. But why The Birth? The birth to what? What are you bringing out? It's Born Day, right? Knowledge Builder Store being born, the born.
Right.
So you're bringing something out after a process of incubation. What is that?
Definitely, I would like to say just another God bringing something to music. I think that there's a lot of different children that are born, but they don't know why they're born.
They don't know their purpose.
Exactly. So in the tape, you're going to see God references, because I do see myself as a God.
No, you are that. That's a fact.
Right.
Black man's God.
Most definitely. So when I say the birth and then you hear certain references, it's putting candy in the medicine for a lot of these listeners, because
you sugar rush though.
Exactly.
You want them to be climbing walls though.
Now,
what you do for your music? You want them to be climbing walls.
Well, the thing about it, the thing about it, some of it is wrote for you to have a sugar rush, and some of it is wrote for it to enter your subconscious. Because it'll get in there. As long as you listen, it'll find its way in your mind.
All right. Well, let's talk about the consciousness. We got an instrumental that we want to play called Inner Peace.
Okay.
And we need a 2-minute, kind of like Black Thought, 10-minute freestyle, right? But we want a 2-minute freestyle from JAYLON MUSA. Can we do it?
Definitely run it.
All right. Right now we about to. This is exclusive, y'all. This never happened on BIMU Radio. This is one of probably many now we're gonna probably do. Well, those artists out there, when you come on deck, you might get caught up in this freestyle moment. It's that executive moment we was talking about. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
So all right, without further ado, JAYLON moves on the freestyle. This cut is called Inner Peace.
Okay.
Go.
Run it. Check. Late Charles, stand up. Look, check. When I tell them I'm the best, I'm only stating the facts. When I tell them I'm a god, they think I'm crazy for that. If you want to know the way, my DNA is the path. The son of the sun, I be original man, boy. The power's in this mind of mine. I spew rhymes that seduce minds like a concubine. You see it line for line, I'm divine prime on full display for the haters, case they forgot it. They rather place their faith in hybrids, not purebred spitters, so it's time for me to shake the climate. I brainstorm poems, I'm the rap Poseidon, the black messiah, stay in black attire. This verse Malcolm X inspired, spot niggas like 50 yards, run down on them, hit them with 50 bars, militant shit. It's clear to see I'm as real as it get. I smell blood, but I ain't spilling a bitch. I can't touch me. I knew you hold your applause and overlook me. I cherish the doubt. It give me fuel to spit dope and which I'm peddling now. Just feel like selling an ounce. The God known to bring bars like a felon in trial. I'm your kryptonite. Don't make me dim your light. I got soldiers to ride with me like a kryptonite. What's up with these lame niggas doing shit for likes? All on Instagram, 20 guns in hand, like you the cartel, like you run the land. You just a boy still, you ass backwards. A shooter don't show it till he pull it and have to blast it. Enough with you cartoons and hold your Flintstones. I would hate to put bars to you. Behave like you was taught in school before I display my arsenal. Off the rip, ain't no discount for what I got in store for you. I got the swag of a villain, say hello to the bad guy. I'm on a mission, decapitating these rap guys. It's off with your head, no mask on. I want them to say they saw what I did from you speaking from your mouth. And then I'm leaving unannounced, like Frank Lucas nonchalant when he popped Tango in his crown. Niggas talking fly till you hang up from a cloud. They're talking from the bleachers till you aiming at the crowd.
Wow. Wow. Alright. Yeah, yo.
Hey,
right.
yo.
Okay, you official now. You official. You official on BIMU, Black Intelligent Mind United. JAYLON MUSA, y'all heard it exclusively. See, now that's what music is about. Oh, let me go a little further. We got 15 more minutes here, right? I know everybody out there saw that. What's the name of that crazy group? What's the name?
Migos.
The Migos, right? On my man Greg Street show, V103. I want y'all to pay attention to what just happened here. 2 minutes nonstop of real freestyling. All that mumble jumble shit y'all was doing, that shit is garbage. I'm letting you know now. The God Life of Law told you was garbage. Bottom line. That's hip-hop. That's what this is about. For all you new folks out there, y'all heard it first. From Moses himself. On some Ten Commandments shit. Right? Now, let's get back to this interview, man, because, that was an L freestyle, y'all. I appreciate that, man. You were thorough, man. And I was looking at you like, okay, when he gonna stumble? When he you wait for, not the negative, but you wait, I didn't seen it all.
Right. Oh, I done stumbled before. Any great freestyler has.
Yeah.
That's what make you not want to stumble no more.
Black Thought, though, 10 minutes through. 10 minutes didn't stumble.
Very godlike. A lot of years.
Black Thought.
A lot of years. That's a different type of God. Man, that's what we inspire to be.
You're right. So, going back to the Birth album, I mean, the Birth album consists of how many cuts? Did you write them all? Did you produce them all? I mean, are you doing shows now? What's going on with this Birth album?
Definitely wrote it all. Didn't produce none of it. Definitely reached out to people. That's definitely a tedious process for me.
Yeah, it is.
Literally finding beats for me is like eating. I might
eat the right food.
I might listen to a beat for 2 weeks
just to make sure it hits you.
It could be.
You feeling that little instrumental?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. You should.
Definitely. I definitely was vibing with it.
Notice your words every time I started breaking down. You started breaking down automatically with the breakdown.
Definitely the rhythmic of just studying, being scientific. I feel in the cut.
Yeah,
definitely did
that. That was a blend right there for your ass. For those out there, no offense to the word. You know what I mean? But so the Birth album, 7 cuts. When did you do that? Did you do that this year?
December 29th it released.
Okay, so it was at the end of the year.
Yes,
all right, so pretty much brand new. Is it on YouTube? Is it on iTunes?
It's on my website, which is www.JAYLON MUSA.com.
Yeah.
We're definitely working on getting it on those other platforms.
Yeah.
A lot of people that support me, a lot of my fans, they always reach out like, yo, we want to go straight to the source. Put it on your website and figure it out there. So I just did what the people told me. So
right, no doubt. The fans really, that's another thing about independent music. A lot of artists come out want to do what they want to do. No, you got to do what the fans ask you to do.
Right.
Right? Because if you got your fan base, I don't mean just have a fan blow off because you're hot.
Right.
I'm talking about a fan that's really loyal to your music because you're doing something to them. You're inspiring them. So for you independent artists out there, like, the God MUSA told you, yo, pay attention to the detail, do your homework, and give the fans what they want. And then, after you give them what they want, you can give them what you want, because now they'll probably embrace you a little bit better.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, in the next, year, maybe in the next couple of months, what is going on for JAYLON MUSA? You have some shows coming up? What's happening with that?
Definitely have a show coming up Sunday.
Where?
I'm trying to think. I don't want to pull out my phone, but I definitely
right.
I'll definitely do that real quick so you guys could come. But definitely just working on what's the next thing. The next thing is just making more music, actually trying to be more business savvy, trying to do things for the community, finding out what can you do, but not only just flowing it in your mind. Sit down and write things out and see what that passage on that paper can do for you. So reflect on that, meditate on that, most definitely. And that's pretty much it. And the show will be at the... Let me find this real quick. I apologize. It will be at 3645 Foothill Boulevard, La Crescenta, California. La Crescenta. Hey, I'm from Louisiana, y'all. Excuse me. Excuse me. 21 and up. 21 and up.
Yeah, come through, support the brother.
Definitely.
But listen, we're going to go back. So now, you told me, Jay-Z's and Nas influence you. Those are the people that you pretty much study. Is there any other artists out there that's not hip-hop that has inspired you? Maybe a family member or maybe others that you might have met in your own hood, Lake Charles? I mean, what's going on in Lake Charles anyway?
Lake Charles is definitely a city that's definitely great. The talent there is starving. There's not the platform that we have here. There's a lot of great talent in Lake Charles. There's definitely a lot going on in Lake Charles. I think that the city needs some direction. A lot of from my view, a lot of people don't get along when they don't have a way to eat, and that's pretty prevalent in our community.
No
and being on the outside looking in, I definitely see that with my city, but I definitely believe my city has potential, and I believe that my city has talent. It's
so
all
you're
about
the voice for them right now.
Definitely brought them.
Mm-hmm. Let my people go.
Yeah, let my people go.
Definitely got it with them.
JAYLON MUSA, J MUSA, the Exodus.
Hey, it sound great.
Time of another album. Let's work
on
that.
You might be on to something. you might be on to something.
I am on to something.
It might be the recipe.
We need to work that.
Might be the recipe to the meal.
Man, it's a lot to you, brother, and I appreciate your artistry, man. You got anything else, Jerule?
Man, you know what?
I say Jerule.
I could. You got any more bars, or are you tapped out?
Hey, we can try some.
I mean, we can listen. We got 5 more minutes, and then we
got
that last.
You know
song.
me. I gotta hear. I like.
we can try some.
So what you trying to do? You want to go off the top?
Can we get that friend of foe instrumental, please?
Oh wow!
Okay.
You did a special, unique one on here. All right.
Let's do this. Let's go.
All right.
Check. Look, let it run a little bit.
Yeah, let it tap into your frequency, your DNA. There we go. JAYLON MUSA, y'all. BIMU Radio, Black Intelligent Mind United. 1.
JAYLON MUSA off of the dome. I'm too high, I'm out your league. Who the hell gonna take this bout for me? I drown the clown for free, no fee. I'm the generous C. The boy starving, this is dinner to me. You see that boy good, me falling off, you wish that boy could. This off of the dome. I run up in your home without the chrome. Hand you a book until you get some knowledge. I skip college like the young Kanye. I be the young Jay, the young Nas. Back in the Illmatic, I'm still Matic. You understand when I drop the birth, it's still classic. Y'all can't mess with the God, y'all still talking in vain. Just understand, you better unhook this shit the way you go. I be legit LeBron, a rhyme, and see the way I bring that chill up your spine and keeping it all in sync. Nigga know how I do it, I keep it fluent the way I speak it. You know that we creeping, we never sleeping. You keep on talking, we gon' put your ass to sleeping. I got a couple goons with me, just understand if you come, I got my whole city riding with me. You know they mobbing with me, we serve you like pasta. Understand I'm dressed in all black like a mobster. You heard how I mentioned that Malcolm X, you know we coming correct. Ain't no assassination here. I got my city behind me, just understand we move without no fear. I brought Mansa Musa with me, my nigga, make it clear. Yeah. JAYLON MUSA.
All right, JAYLON MUSA, y'all. All right, off the dome. Those are the types of things that hip hop is about, man. That's the era I come from, where you had to really spit and really show and prove your craft.
Right.
Now, is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of the independent artists out there trying to get into this new music business? Because this is a new music business now. It's all digital, it's streaming, it's Instagram, and all the Twitters and Twilights and everything else they come up with. It's all artificial.
What are some jewels you can share that you've learned in your 4 years of doing this? You know what I mean?
What's weird is I learned it in my 1 year being here. Reality slap when I got here.
Oh, you got the hand of God slapped across your face.
Double slap.
Yeah, pow, pow.
Yeah, I was, sadly, Lake Charles is the place I love, but it also was a casket for me. I was definitely making my own bed to sleep for the rest of my life. Yeah. Making this move was the best thing I could have ever done in my life.
Yeah, you're always at the right place at the right time, brother. You know what I mean? And so, again, we're thankful for the fact you made this move, because the world needs you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Serious. We need more brothers to step up, sisters to step up. We need more people to collaborate together. We have a real problem in our world today.
Right.
We're in an artificial world, doing artificial things. Right. But you official, brother, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate
you.
You
official.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For bringing them, man. Yo, it's inspiring to see.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it, man.
It lets me know that there's still hope for hip hop.
How old are you?
27.
All right, 27. So that's wisdom God. You know what I mean? It's wisdom
27.
God. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So when you hear people say, "Oh, well, they're not making the music I like anymore. There's no one that's really rapping," you know, that's just a cop out, man. You got to get out there and search, because this is evidence right here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Not only is it evidence, it shows again that there's a resurgence of, again, the consciousness of what music was supposed to be about, a deliverance of message through sound, through words, and through the proper connective force. And music is the only medium. You could be a racist, you could be whatever you want to be.
Right.
But when you get that music, it does something. It just changes the whole. We vibing right now.
Right.
And so, you know, man, I appreciate this vibe here on the show.
Definitely appreciate you guys having me.
Man, we down to 3 minutes, and you know, like I said, we trying to extend this hour, man. You know what I mean? Because
I
there's so much going on out here that we want to talk about. So where can we? So you got a show coming up this Sunday.
Yes.
Now, where else can we find you? Your website, your Instagram. What else a handle that we can find you at?
Everything is JAYLON MUSA, JAYLON MUSA. Definitely reach out if you guys need bars at your wedding reception. You need bars at your picnics. We've coming in the building, long trench coats with straight bars. Just letting you know. So whatever you need us for, just definitely hit me on Instagram, hit me on Twitter, hit me on Facebook. Hey, I'm here. I'm here for my people also, so definitely.
Yeah, Black History, man. It's a real powerful month. Yeah. It's a shame we only get 1 month, but it's really every month.
Yeah, it's every month for me at least.
You know what I mean? Every month for us, and we want to thank you for being on Black Intelligent Minds United Radio, man.
Make it history. Make it history. The first freestyle
artist,
and you bodied it.
And
appreciate
it's
that.
our 10th episode, and there's no mystery for those who understand the science of our lessons. And you know, we glad that you made yourself known today, brother.
Appreciate
you're
that,
official.
Man. I appreciate
you're official. So listen, everybody, as you know, as we always tell you, man, be safe, be sound. Yo, don't sell your soul for this, but be in it for real so you can get the best out of this. You know your business, understand your business. As you know, again, this is a business, and it's about making things happen. As you can see, whatever you put your mind to, you can really do it. You got to have discipline. You got to have duty, and you got to have honor with what you're doing. And we want to thank JAYLON MUSA for coming on our show today. We got some great things coming up on our next show coming up in March. And again, we just want to thank you. So we're going to go right into this last cut and then segue out. You want to introduce that, Jerule, or you want to say a few more things before we slide out?
Oh, yeah. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at BIMU Radio.
Yep.
You can hit us on Facebook. Do the knowledge to us on Facebook.
Check us out on website.
And the website,
www.bimuradio.com.
And YouTube. Subscribe, because we're going to have some great things, some exclusive content coming in on our YouTube. So check us out on YouTube as well.
So we got
the final track. We got Juju Rogers, and it's Do It For.
Peace. BIMU Radio.
Let y'all stand up.
Yeah. Peace. Juju Rogers, Do It, the last cut. It's right after the freestyle, the inner piece. All right, it's all good. We're going to adapt and overcome. Black Intelligent Minds, we here for you regardless to whom or what.
Straight up and down.
That's how we do it. You know what I mean? Peace.
Yeah. All the guests did it as Kalala. But the students go cause Casa.
From a life of a good for nothing. Know some SXT family. Yeah. Jakarta Records in the building. 2-4. JR. Yeah.